Hello and welcome to probably my very last video in a long time. After this, probably I don't plan on making any videos after this one, at least. Um, and this one is looking at every single non-Delta Mega added to Insurgents. It's gonna be a long video, and I didn't want to make a lot of them, so I made a one. I decided to make one big one instead of a lot of small ones. And I'll put timestamps to everyone in the description, so you can probably find whatever you want there. It'll probably be fine, I guess. Um, I expect this video to be like an hour long, 1 hour, 2 hours long. It's like 40 megas I have to look at, and if I give anyone thing more than like a minute or two, it's gonna be an hour and a half already. Yeah, it's gonna be a while. I'll be here a while. Um, so yeah, let's just get started. I want to be done with this as soon as possible, while also giving enough respect to everything. I already made like a set for everything, so I have some preparation. So yeah, first of all, we have. I should pull up something. It's gonna be very um non-professional. Poliwarth. How did its stats change? It gained 60 attack, which is absolutely insane. It gained 25 defense. Wait, what the fuck? Uh, 25 defense and 15 special defense. I think it checks out. 60, 25, 15. I think that's 100, yeah. Okay, so it got a ton of physical attack. Like, so much physical attack and a bit of bulk in both sides. It has no guard, hypnosis, dynamic punch. Yeah, that's basically the idea here. Um, you just click hypnosis, and you can use a bulk up, use dynamic punch, liquidation. You get coverage like ice punch. Uh, you, let's just be honest, special is not viable. Well, it's not bad, but it's just so much worse. Earthquake, Darkness Lariat. You get so many moves. Close combat. Well, there's no. Well, I guess you could run close combat if you wanted the power over the guaranteed confusion that dynamic punch gives you, and you don't like it just drop your defenses. But dynamic punch is generally speaking no drawback. Then close combat is a drawback, but damage can help you out. Poison jab for fairies if you need it. Um, you can like I don't know, bulk up, power up punch. I guess you could. What there were some like low accuracy moves I was looking at before. Gets mega kick. I guess whirlpool could be cool. Guaranteed hit. Like mega kick is a good like high damage neutral move. Um, yeah, that's about it. It just runs no guard and just clicks hypnosis whenever it can because it's basically a spore. Because it cannot miss. And dynamic punch, very reliable stab. Liquidation, very reliable stab. Good bulk, can run bulk up reliably as well. The only thing it struggles with having not great speed, and its HP and speed up is okay, I guess. It's usable for sure, especially if you invest into it. But no recovery. But it's just a nuke a few times, and it's a really annoying thing to play around because you don't want to force anything to be asleep. Like you put something asleep, and either if you sack it, you put something else asleep, and if you switch, you get a free hit off. So it's just really awkward to play around because it's just it's so free. Like hypnosis is so free, dynamic punch is so free, bulk up. It's everything it does is so free and there's like very little counterplay to it. Like safety goal was like would save you against spore, but it wouldn't save you against hypnosis, things like that. So generally, it's a really annoying Pokemon to face, and it's very strong as well. I like it. Good mega, good mega. Next up is Mega Marowak, bad mega. Moving on. No, okay. Um, it's not great as Parental Bond, which got nerfed after Gen 6. So in Gen 7 and 8 only does 1.25 times as much damage instead of 1.5, which is a huge difference. The biggest difference is basically you hit you don't hit as hard as a regular Marowak with Thick Club. Like that's actually just an insult. It's really just an insult to Mega Marowak. Like you get the ghost typing, that's cool, but you don't hit as hard. Why why would you get over regular Marowak? Like it doesn't like lightning rolls is viable a bit. Well, it's your ground type, doesn't really matter. Won't double the survival, but Rockhead probably better. Um, yeah, also battle armor is kind of cool, but like there's no real reason to run this over regular Mario. I guess it's Shadow Sneak. If they gave it Shadow Sneak, that's kind of cool with Swords Dance, but it's just still so weak. Like in comparison, it's so weak compared to regular Mario. Like there's no reason to get this thing. There's no reason. There's no point. Like, it's just worse. Like it's a waste of a Mega slot, really, and that's kind of depressing. So I really don't like this thing. It's really bad. Yeah, I don't have much positive to say about it. It gets moves, it's a Gen 1 Pokemon, but in the end it doesn't really change anything. It's just kind of bad. Yeah. Let's make a Eevee. Also, I just want to say Mega Marowak, it got how many? It got 55 attack. Still not enough to save it, but it got 55 into its attack. Um, it got 10 into defense, 20 into special defense, 15 into speed, and was that it? That was it. Okay. Yeah, it's a little faster. It's honestly just weaker, but more knockoff reliable. Although you're a ghost type, so you're still kind of not really willing to take a knockoff. Doesn't really change anything there. And you're a little bulkier, but like it's just worse. It's honestly just a lot worse. I don't get it. Anyway, Mega Eevee. It gets I don't know what it says, but it just gets 83 across the board. That's really all that happens. Like its stats change all kind of ways. It gains way more than 100 base stats, but okay, whatever. Um, it gets a shit ton of tutor moves because it's a Eevee and Mega Eevee specifically. What it gets like from Vaporeon gets like Scald and Hydro Pump, Jolteon Volt Switch Thunderbolt, Flareon like Flamethrower Flare Blitz, Fire Blast Flare Blitz, Espeon Psychic Psyshock, um, Umbreon, like I don't know does it even get from Umbreon? Foul Play, Pursuit? Question mark? I guess Foul Play, Pursuit, and Pursuit is gone, so F. Leafeon gets Leaf Blade and like Giga Drain. Giga Drain, Leaf Blade, yeah, makes sense. Glaceon, Ice Beam, and Blizzard. And Sylveon got Moonblast and Dazzling Gleam. So, and then when it uses a move of the typing of any of its evolutions, it becomes them stats wise. So that's kind of cool. And this is basically the four I think are just the best moves to click. Ice Beam, just the best offensive move next to Moonblast. Moonblast Ice Beam are the best offensive moves. Skull Vaporeon is one of the better ones defensively. Volt Switch, it just becomes fast as hell and pivots out. I do have to check something. Like, okay, immediately before using a move. So you can use like Scald and get the special defense from Vaporeon, and then Volt Switch, be slower than everything, and then just become fast. Like you don't become fast immediately, you become fast before you use the move. So you run Thunderbolt as a Jolteon and get a really fast Moonblast off or a really fast Ice Beam off, regardless of what the speed of Vaporeon or Glaceon would be. Which is like base 65, which is not really good. Um, so yeah, it has a lot of potential, but I feel like it's really, really hard to use. Like this is probably the hardest Pokemon to use on the entire Mecha list. I don't think there's anything that's harder to use than this, because it's so many things you can do. You have to think about. Like it's so complex and so many options that it feels like it will underperform a lot of the time, but I feel like it's also kind of cool. Like I really think this thing could be really good, but it also can be really bad. Um, yeah, that's basically how I feel that Mega Eevee. It really needs to be used a lot more for me to really like know how good it actually is, because I have no idea really. Um, Next up we have Mega Shadow Mewtwo. Uh, I didn't really never really looked at Shadow Mewtwo because I'm lazy. This thing, the regular form is like Psychic Dark, and this one is Psychic Fighting, but also gets Dark Step because of its ability. Because Shadow Synergy is basically like Steel Worker, but for Dark. Um, it's broken, obviously. It's a Mewtwo. Um, it gets Recover, gets Bulk Up, gets Calm Mind. It gets everything it would ever want to have. Gets a stupid amount of coverage. Gets Wisp, gets Thunder Waves. I don't know how much exactly you can see on the screen, but can you see the lows? You can see all the moves I can see. That's cool. Yeah. Gets Earthquake. I want to give this thing some moves because I actually forgot to ever give it any moves. So I probably should have like Gross Combat, something like that, to be more useful physically. But Drain Punch is still okay, get some health back, but Gross Combat really help out. Um, yeah, it's just obviously broken. Just look at these stats. There's stats of Mega Mewtwo X. Um, yeah, 190 attack, 130 speed. It's not comparable to anything except Mega Mewtwo X. Basically, it's just so stupidly good. Yeah, I don't know how you're supposed to really deal with this thing. It's just really good. So yeah, that's Mega Shadow Mewtwo. Yeah, broken for obvious reasons. You just run Book Up or Command or just Coverage or however you would run Mewtwo. I don't even know. I don't play Ubers. So you have to actually ask someone who plays Ubers how the hell you use Mega Mewtwo X, because I don't know. I think you just do offensive with like bulk up, just bulk up, kind of bulky, with cover, and then just two moves. But I don't know. You actually have to ask someone. I've no idea. Um, Mega Meganium. This thing is kind of underrated. I actually rate. I hate Meganium with a passion. I rate the Mega kind of a little bit. Um, eight. How do its stats change? Let's see. I guess I should on a book. I know that much. It gets 40 in both defenses and 20 in speed. Its offenses don't change because 40 in both defenses and 20 in speed. That is good. I feel like that's actually a very good thing for Mega Meganium. It's supposed to be fat, and it's going to be fat. Magic Bounce is a fantastic ability, absolutely broken. You can send this thing in on honestly basically any rocker. Like the only things you actually are scared about are like the ground types that get sludge wave for whatever the hell reason, or like poison jab for whatever the hell reason. And even then, 140 should save you from a 1 KO from like a lot of hits, and you're gonna be faster than most stealth rockers. So you can just hit them with a grass move. But like you can pressure rockers, you can pressure anything with toxic. You can't toxic is the same. You can't taunt it. You can't encore it. You can't whirlwind this, roar this thing. You can't even dragon tail it. It's a fairy type against the fairy typing. So like it is not gonna you're not gonna force this thing out, which is why you can just call mind up. Curse is a little bit different, but you can definitely call mind up. Curse it doesn't get play rough, so that's kind of an L. So with call mind can definitely be usable. Like call mind, recover like synthesis. Call mind, synthesis, moonblast, giga drain. Like what else do you need? Steel types aren't really gonna hurt you. Like you just run max stuff on that, and just like you know Imbe, wait, bold. And you're like, yeah. Uh, Giga Drain, Synthesis, Calm Mind. Yeah, now you're not gonna kill me. Yeah, I've decided you're not gonna kill me. And now you're not gonna kill me. You could run Sword Dance if you really want to be funky, with like Battle Blizzard. Iron Tail, Earthquake. It gets some physical moves, but it doesn't get very physical moves. So that's kind of an L. But it definitely has a lot of potential. I think this thing should get some usage. Should get more usage than it's getting right now. Because Magic Bounce is broken and 140 bulk is also broken. So like it's bulkier than is it bulkier than Pex? I feel like it's bulkier than Pex, which is actually insane. Toxapex. It should be bulkier than Pex. Base 50 HP is nothing compared to base 80 HP, and its def is comparable. Def is only a little better. Yeah, this should definitely take hits better than Pex. Besides poison hits, because being 4 times weak is a little annoying. I hate walls that are 4 times weak to something, but it should get somewhere in usage. This thing sucks. Mega Typhlosion got robbed because it still can't hit anything. Um, it has hubris, which means that once you get a kill, you get a special attack boost, but you're not getting a kill because your coverage is Eruption and Focus Blast. Yes, you have 160 basically special attack. If you're not gonna be able to touch anything, that doesn't mean anything. Like you're actually walled by basically every fire resist in the game, except the rock types, which you can focus blast, but you're not gonna hit them anyway. So and this thing is so robbed. Its stats did improve significantly, I guess. Like 50 more special attack is huge, 10 more speed is pretty big, and 10 in defense, 25 in special defense and 5 into attack. I don't know why it has 5 into attack, but I guess it's not horrible. Sorry for the cut. Basically, as I was saying, this thing gets no coverage. Um, it's just kind of sad. Like once eruption stops doing much damage, like if you're taking any, as long the second eruption is like less damage and overheat, you're basically just useless. There's no, it's just not doing anything. Like you set up rocks, and this thing can't do anything anymore. Like rocks is enough to completely disable this thing's ability to do anything. Like it's so sad. Like it's gonna rely on Fire Blast and Overeat, and then like Overeat, first of all, it counteracts Hubris completely, um, and Fire Blast is not the best move. It's gonna miss, and yeah, it's just so sad. This thing has so much potential. Like why is Typhlosion so bad? Like that's my main question. Why is Typhlosion so bad? It's just sad, you know. But anyway, that's Mega Typhlosion. I think it's not great. Its stats look great. Its stats look fantastic, but its move pool says no. Moving on, we have Mega Feraligatr, which is kind of broken. Um, it just runs Dragon Dance with Tough Claws. Tough Claws is broken, gives you a life orb boost on every hit. Um, every contact move. So liquidation, ice punch, superpower, things like double edge, things like uh, earthquake becomes a little worse though. That's true. Doesn't get boosted. Rock slide doesn't get boosted. Shadow clock gets boosted if you want to do something like that. They'll funky. Um, Dragon claw, I guess. Although ice punch is probably just objectively better. Um, it gets awkward. Yeah, it gets some funky moves. You can run sword dance, you can run dragon dance. You could just you're fat too. Like what? How does this thing stat change? It got only 35 into attack, 10 into defense, 10 into special attack, 20 into physical like special defense, and 25 into speed. So it's fast. Like this thing is +1. Like 103 +1 is good speed stat. It's a really good speed stat. Like you like hitting like it outspeeds all base 100s. It outspeeds even like Garchomp. Like it speed types with knee and Lego, which is a really good speed tier today. That's a scarf. That's like a scarf for quote unquote, but dragon hands. You know what I mean. Um, it's really fast. It hits like an absolute truck. Dragon Dance, like you run fat as hell. You can run a really fat set, just run a ton of HP, because you don't need that much attack. +2, you're gonna kill things regardless. Like you don't need them to be really weak. So yeah, it's just it's just crazy strong, really. Like it's and pure water is so annoying to deal with. Like I don't, not many Pokemon can just naturally one-hit KO this thing with like a non-stab super effective move. Like it's gonna get a Dragon Dance off, and you're not gonna do anything about that because you can't do anything about that. It's just so really, it's really really good. And Sword Sense is even fine. Like you have this feature to run Sword Sense completely fine. You can run Aqua Jet for anything you don't have the speed for. Like all the Scarfers that you're scared of, all the fast ones that you're scared of. Because Tough Class Aqua Jet is gonna hurt a lot from a base 140 plus 2, maybe even add in for Mega Feraligatr. It's going to hurt a shit ton. And like okay, okay. Feraligatr, wait, this is the wrong calc. Feraligatr, oh, Feraligatr, Mega Feraligatr, Magnetic, Tough Claws, let's make it Jolly, plus 2, Aqua Jet, something, let's say something like Tapu Koko. It's not taking it well, and if you're admin, taking it even worse. Like, it's just not. Like, you're scared of the Coco. I understand that you're going to be scared of the Coco as a Mega Feraligatr, but get up rocks. If it don't boots, it probably is going to be boots. But if it's not boots, two rounds of rocks, it's in range. It's dead. Like if it's not boots, one round of rocks, 50% chance to kill. Like it's going to be bulky-ish. It's going to be more bulk than no bulk, and it's probably going to be boots. But the point is, you're doing a shit ton of damage. At plus 3, you're dead. Like it's dead. If you liquidation is just plus 1, it's going to be enough. Like after one dragon, and liquidation is going to kill. It's not scarf. So is it going to be scarf? Is it going to be boots? Like it can only be one of the sets. And if it guesses wrong, like you're gonna lose. You're just gonna lose to this thing. It's so bro. It's really good. It's really 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 good. And just has the bulk to be good. Like it non-invested Thunderbolt doesn't even kill, guaranteed. Like you run like if you run like nearly max HP, it's not gonna kill. It's just not gonna kill, which is absolutely insane. Um, yeah, it's really good. Nearly broken. Mega Sudowoodo, funky mon, not good. But it's funky. It gets Analytic, Head Smash, and Wood Hammer. It becomes a grass type as well. Rock Grass is not a great typing, but it's really funny because of the Head Smash Wood Hammer. I think Curse is also really funny in this because it's already really slow. You're just boosting your attack and defense. Like its defensive stats are good. Like the only thing it's really missing is recovery. If this thing is recovery, it would actually be viable. I feel like this could run like Mono Head Smash, like Restock Curse, and would actually be viable. Unironically, like what did the stats become? It got 40 attack, which is good. It got 30 defense, which is good. It lost 10 special attack, which is good. It lost that. Wait, no, it gained 10 special attack. It lost 10 speed, and it got 30 special defense, which is very good as well. Um, I think it could actually just run Restock on this. Like if rock types moves have a really good matchup, like the steel's kind of stinky, or their fighting type's kind of stinky, or their ground type is kind of stinky, then you could whatever like Mono Air Smash could do something, especially analytic, because you're gonna be slower than everything anyway. Like that's not gonna change. Like this thing is slow as hell, especially after you get some curses off. Like yeah. Like it doesn't get that much coverage. Like it really doesn't get that much coverage. For like let's go run Calm Mind with like the 3 special moves it gets. Because Earthquake, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, you get some options, but generally speaking you probably just wanna run Head Smash with Hammer most of the time. Because, funny damage, haha. Um yeah, this thing just runs bulk. I feel like Restock is just the best set because it just doesn't really die and it does a shit ton of damage with the curse. Um, yeah, seems funky. Yeah, I don't think it's good. It's not good, but it can be funny. Worth giving it a try, honestly. Just mess around with it a little bit. Try to put it on like a team. Try to build a team around it. I think it should be fun, honestly. Yeah, but I don't think it's good. It's not good. It's not good. But I feel like it could. If when it pulls up, it really pulls up, but when it doesn't pull up, it just doesn't get anywhere. Yeah. So next up, Mega Politoed. I hate this thing, very much so. This is a waste of a Mega. Let's go. Politoed is objectively better. I would rather have a Politoed than this thing every day of the week because they made it bulky. They made it a defensive water type, a defensive Mega, and that's the wrong way to make Mega Politoed functional. And I have a solution to this problem. They should give it 20 less per 20 less defense, and 20 in both special attack and speed, and it would be viable. It would be viable as an offensive water that just spams Hydro Pump, because right now it's weaker than Specs Politoed. If you want to run offensive Politoed, you can run Specs Politoed, and you can accomplish the exact same thing. I am annoyed a lot, very annoyed. You can run the Weather Ball, I guess. Weather Ball is kind of cool. But why Drizzle? Like, base form already has Drizzle and doesn't have a good other ability. Like, Drizzle is like Water Absorb, I guess. Or just Drizzle. But probably Water Absorb because you don't want to waste the Drizzle turn. Yeah. Right now it's just fat. Like, it just whatever Politoed does, this thing does, but worse. Well, it does it better, but is it worth it? It can't run the damn rocks. Like, it can only have 5 turns of rain. It's bad rain support. It doesn't abuse that point well itself. It only gets really like water moves. This becomes stronger. Like grass moves kind of still like destroy it. It's just an ice beam, I guess. Earth power. Earth power for like different moves, different mons, I guess. Like I don't know, steel types, electric types. Like, electric types are kind of annoying, but generally speaking, this thing is kind of just a waste. Like I want why? Just why? I don't get it. What's the point? I'm so confused. Why does it exist? Why is it so defensive? Why is it not offensive? Like it doesn't even have to be that offensive. Just like 140 special attack is enough to be viable offensively. Like I don't get it. It's too slow. It's not offensive enough. It's just bulky. It's just there. It's just existing, I guess. I hate it. I hate it so much. Okay, moving on. You have Mega Stunfloras. They're basically the same Pokemon. Um, their ability means it says that whenever you switch in, if you have like 3 like X death Pokemon, you get an Omni boost for X plus 1 turns, which sounds really good until you realize that base 45 speed is really, really slow. Like it's not gonna outspeed anything. Like it's gonna take some hits, but it's not gonna outspeed anything. Like it's outspeeds base 91. That's it. Naturally, it doesn't even have to be Scarf. Like if you're a Scarf, anything above 45 outspeeds you. It's yeah, it's not good. Its speed is so bad, and its coverage is not great. Its special attack, okay, it's a little bit of a nuke, and its defense boost help it being like a bulky offensive mon. It can be a good revenge or like a decent cleaner late game. Like send this out last, you get 6 turns of Omni boost. That's good, but you can't like it has potential, and I think the fire one is worse, like by far, because 2 reasons. One, it doesn't resist the ground, which is kind of an L, and second of all, if you're gonna be revenging, if you're gonna be using this as a revenger, a fire type takes rocks every single time, and it takes 25%, not 12%. So this thing just takes more chip than the other one, which is bad. Um, Granted, this one is weak to fire. This one is not weak to fire. And this one doesn't resist fairy. This one does resist fairy. But this one isn't weak. It doesn't resist water. This one just resists water. So it's kind of just like I don't think the fire one is worth it. It's so weird to judge because if you need things to be dead for it to do anything, and if it needs a lot of things to be dead for it to do anything. and its coverage is kind of stinky. Like it doesn't deal with that much. Like whatever coverage I put on this, every coverage it basically gets. It's grass moves, rock ground moves, and poison moves. It could be kind of cool on like a Sun team, but I feel like it's kind of a waste. Like Weather Ball is like this only thing like fire type move. It doesn't get any other fire type move other than Weather Ball and Sun. And that's also a little bit depressing, but it's kind of whatever, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really get it. Like Leaf Storm is the best. Like if you don't run Leaf Storm and Energy Ball, like Leaf Storm kind of is like focus longevity, I guess. But it's best for the Revenger set. Like if you're functioning this as a Revenger, like Leaf Storm is not bad. It's a bit of a nuke once, and then you just dip, I guess. It's not a great Pokemon. Like you can do some funky shit with the Curse Encore synthesis, I guess. But it really is not good. Like Curse is kind of funky. Curse is kind of funky, but its physical coverage is Leaf Blade. Yeah, that's about it. Yeah, gets double edge, I guess. But everything gets double edge, so it's not really like an accomplishment. Not really. Um, yeah, it's kind of bad. Yeah, it's kind of bad. Not good, not good. Okay, moving on. We have Mega Girafarig. I love Mega Girafarig a lot. It's not that good, but I really like it. It's really funky. Spectral Jaws. It makes every bite fang base move, special move, and boosted by 30%. So Life Orb plus it becomes a special move, which means it gets stab. The fang move. Like this thing was made before Psychic Fangs was a thing, and this thing learns Psychic Fangs naturally, which is hella good for it. Like it's actually such a good coincidence for this thing. It's fantastic, absolutely fantastic. What did the stats become? I didn't really talk about Sunflora stats. They went from bad to not that bad, I guess. 30 special attack, 20 in 25 defense, 20 speed def, minus 15 speed, 10 attack. I think that makes sense. Okay, it's still not good. Anyway, Mega Girafarig, it gains 30 defense, which is good, 30 special defense, which is good, 40 special attack, which is good, no speed, which is kind of bad. But it does get agility. It can boost its own speed. It can function as a cleaner. It gets the coverage, gets Hyper Fang, Psychic Fangs, Crunch, Ice Fang, Thunder Fang, Fire Fang. Like it gets coverage with the Spectral Jaws, which is kind of cool. Coal Mine to boost its speed. It can get Nasty Plot as well if you prefer Nasty Plot agility. It can be really funky with that. It gets like Wish. It gets ton of moves. It gets Thunderbolt, although is Thunderbolt stronger than Thunderfang? 65 times 1.3. Nope. Thunderbolt is actually stronger than Thunderfang, so there's no reason to run a Thunderfang. It does get it, right? Yeah, it does get it. There's no real reason to run it. Thunderbolt's better. But Ice Fang, still good move. Fire Fang, still good move. Um, Same for Crunch. Anything other else I'm missing? Guess Wish. If you want to, you can like Wish Protect. Uh, Psychic Fangs, Hyper Fang. I guess it's not bad. Like this thing functions. It has the bulk to do something at least. It has the offense to be like bulky offense. And Psychic Fangs is gonna hurt anything. Hyper Fang and Psychic Fangs are gonna hurt anything basically, because Psychic Fangs becomes a base 110 move, which is good, like really good. And Hyper Fang becomes base 105 basically, which is also quite good. Um, yeah. Uh, I think it has a lot of potential. I don't think it's great, but I really like it. Think its concept. I really like what it does. Like its ability is fantastic. Its coverage just works out. Yeah, I like it, but it's not that good. I like it though. It's not good. Mega Steelix, the one that they made for the official Mega Steelix was announced. Uh, but it's a fire type. It's a steel fire type. Gets Foundry, which is kind of funky. It's a great ability, very unique. It's a niche move for it. which basically Foundry makes every rock type move a fire type move. This includes Stealth Rocks. So you can click Stealth Rocks before Mega Evolving. Then you can Mega Evolve and click Stealth Rocks again. Now the opponent side has both Stealth Rocks, a Rock type Stealth Rocks, and a Fire type Stealth Rocks. Considering each of their weaknesses and resistances, um, you know what I'm talking about. Um, so something like Frostmoth could just instantly die. Unironically, would actually be the 1 HP. Unless it was Eevee badly, in which case it would be at 0 HP, which is, sad. Um, but I don't think that's the only thing that's cool about this thing, because looking at the set gain, it gained 25 speed, it lost 10 special defense, which is kind of bad, but it gained 10 special attack, which is also kind of bad. I wish it had special defense still. It gained 25 speed defense, it gained 50 attack? Did it gain 50 attack? That's actually really good. This thing, I think, is a viable Dragon Dance sweeper because it has 55 speed. How fast is it after Dragon Dance? I didn't check. Steelix, Mega Fire, Meg Speed. This thing's also like wrong. This is 55. If it's Jolly Max Speed at +1, it outspeeds a Garchomp. Easily. 105, 108, 107. It outspeeds base 106, I think. Yeah, it outspeeds base 106 and slower after one Dragon Dance, naturally. If there's Scarf, obviously won't outspeed. And like the crippling ground weakness is kind of bad, but it's okay. What am I saying? Yeah, I think Dragon Dance one is pretty good with like Stone Edge with Foundry boosted Stone Edge, making it like a base 120 Stone Edge. Although you're still gonna miss, which is kind of sad. And Heavy Slam because your Mega Steelix is gonna do a ton of damage because you're happy as hell. You can run like Body Press. You can run anything that regular Mega Steelix kind of does, but except the ground type things. It's not a ground type, which is a little annoying, but it happens. It just does other things. I think it functions better offensively rather than defensively, but defensively it can still check physical offense because its physical defense is 225, which is an insane number. Although its special defense is a little bad, not just a little bad, it's just really bad. So not gonna take special hits very well at all, but I think it has potential as Dragon and Sweeper, and like the Stealth Rock niche with Foundry is always appreciated. Alright, next up is Mega Magcargo. This thing is a Shell Smasher. It is a very good Shell Smasher. Well, no, it's not a very. It is. Whatever. I don't know. What the fuck am I saying? I should definitely take a break from this. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. This thing is a Shell Smasher. It's not particularly great, but it's definitely usable. After a Shell Smash, it outspeeds. I did check this before. Base 50 Shell Smash, it outspeeds it until like base 83 Scarfers, I believe. I believe that sounds right. But it does not outspeed like this faster Scarfers, like base 100 Scarfers, like Scarf Chomp is faster than you. You lose you lose some defense, I believe. What is this thing stat line? It loses 20 defense, gains 20 speed depth, gains 70 special attack, gains 20 speed, loses 20 attack. Wait, gains 20 attack. Wait, what? This thing it gains 110 stats. What the hell? This thing's cheating. What the fuck? It's not allowed. Huh? Okay, anyway. Vaporization means that you are immune to water and water types take a little bit of chip at the end of the turn. I think it's 1/8 of their HP. Let me check. It is 1/8 of their maximum HP at the end of every turn. So you can easily set up against water types because you're kind of forcing them out anyway. Um, and like it's a cool mon. It definitely has some options it can go for. It doesn't have the best coverage. It's basically Fire Blast, Earth Power, Ice Power, but also loses the Rock type, which is rather like kind of important to note. I don't like it. I don't think it's a bad thing. Rock type is kind of stinky, but it does mean that Ancient Power isn't stab. You're relying on Fire Blast as stab, which is kind of bad. But I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. Like anything that resists ground on fire, both. It's just one typing. I don't think there is. So generally speaking, it's fine. But I think all the things do resist fire and ground together. So at that point, like it's kind of annoying to deal with, basically. Um, I think it's like not great, but it's definitely usable. It's lower end though. It's not that fantastic. Um, I think I definitely need to take a break from this. I'll probably record more of this later, like in a bit, but I'm gonna take a break. So, guys, now, alright, we're back. It's only 2 hours after I recorded the first part. Very tired. I need to do something about it. I slept for way too short. I didn't sleep enough. Okay, it's fine. Next up, Mega Donphan. Love the Mega. Its stats increase compared to Donphan is 30 attack, 30 defense, and 40 special defense, which is very good. Very good attack, very good defense, decent speed F, decent HP, low special attack and speed, fine. Its ability means that it ignores type-based immunities, so Earthquake can hit flying types, Gunk Shot can hit steel types, Predator Spin can hit ghost types. There probably are other examples. I don't know if it's a psychic move, but it's just dark types, I guess, with that. But basically, the big ones are Rapid Spin hitting ghost types, so you cannot get spin blocked, and Earthquake hitting flying types, basically making Earthquake extremely spammable against teams without a levitate user or being forced into Air Balloon to even be immune to not make Earthquake extremely spammable, which is very good. Because even if you have an Air Balloon, you just get like Rapid Spin on and then make Earthquake even more spammable and just make your life even harder. So I think that could be good with Rapid Spin boosting your speed. It gets a ton of coverage. It can run defensively with rocks, like utility rocks, Rapid Spin, gets Ice Shard, gets Knock Off. Play Rough gets a ton of coverage. Gunk Shot for like Ferrothorn, you can even hit that. Or just general for the grass types. But the set I like a lot is the Curse, Rest, Sleep Talk, Earthquake set, because unless they bring a Levitator or Air Balloon, you can just run Mono Earthquake, and who's gonna stop you? No one's gonna stop you. You just you don't need anything else because of the ability. It really shows off the ability really well, because you can just run Earthquake. Like who cares? Like you can beat any. The rest Sleep Talk with these defensive stats, you can beat most things. Like yes, special water types are gonna be scary. Yes, special grass types are gonna be scary. Yes, special ice types are gonna be scary. And you probably won't take the coverage moves that well. Like even if you invest fully in Spidef, you won't take them very well. But they risk getting Sleep Talk Earthquakes up like a +2, +1, +2 Earthquake from this thing, which is massive. You're gonna do a ton of damage. Maybe not the best set in the world, but I do think it's one of the more fun sets you could run with Mega Donphan. Or just the Rapid Spin, like it gets Rock Polish, I think, as well. Yeah, you can run Rock Polish with this, running very offensive sets. So I think it has potential with its attack stat and defense stat being so high, and generally being very good utility. Like it's just really nice glue. It doesn't really stand out. It's like an okay mid-tier Mega, but it's pretty cool. I really like it. The idea behind it. Mega Miltank. Mega Miltank is kind of okay, I think. Its stats, like Mega Miltank is really annoying, basically. Its stats compared to regular Miltank. It drops its speed by 30. It boosts its attack by 45, boosts its fist def by 40, its special defense by 45, and it becomes a pain in the ass because it loses speed and gains a ton of bulk. Way too much bulk. Like this thing with just milk drink Hillbell. How? Like Pendulum gives you a metronome as like an ability, like a metronome, the item of metronome. It just makes your move stronger every consecutive time you use it. So I think this is just disgusting. Like this is a disgusting set. Milk drink, heal bell, curse body. Like, how are you gonna deal with this unless you have a ghost type? Like, I don't see it. It's so annoying. Like you can. This thing is so unbelievably fat, and it just runs fat shit every single time. And that's all it do. It can thunder wave you if it wants to be annoying. It can ice punch, gets a ton of coverage because the Gen 2 Mon Earthquake, Fire Punch, Ice Punch, Iron Head, Play Rough, uh, Sand Headbutt, Thunder Punch, Body Press. This gets Iron Defense or something, Acid Armor. I don't think it does. It gets Defense Scroll if you want to go that way. Um, but it gets so many moves. It's so annoying. It's so fat. It's so fat. Like physically, what could you compare it to physically? It's about as physically defensive as Zebstrika Crown. Yeah, it's actually more physically defensive than Zebstrika Crown. Although it does get +1 defense. But that if you can be compared to a mon that's literally a shield, you're fat. Like Jesus Christ, this thing is bulky. Like you can stall break it, and you can break it with because it's like I just think this thing is just so disgustingly fat. Like you have to like taunt, you have to encore it, you have to something like that to just prevent it from being annoying, to prevent it from just healing up. Like you need something really strong to break this, especially if it starts cursing up. Like I don't see many special breakers beat this. Like special breakers are generally not fighting types. Like the special breaker that's a fighting type is like Keldeo, if that's even a special breaker. Um, so like it becomes so annoying to deal with, and I really respect it, but I also hate it so much. It's really annoying. If you want to be annoying, don't grab this. You'll be even more annoying. And I want to deal with that. It's so bad. It's so annoying to deal with. Yeah, annoying. Very annoying. Mega Shiftry. Get Shadow Dance, which is Swift Swim for New Moon. That's good. Its bulk is not great, so if you like, I don't know how easy it is to set up a nasty ball or something. Looking at its stats, you got 35 attack, 10 fist def, 35 special attack, and 20 speed. Makes sense. 70, 20. Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's pretty good because it gets Nasty Ball, it gets Sword Sense, it gets a ton of coverage, like Lunar Cannon mainly for New Moon, Stab. It's like Solar Beam, but New Moon. Very, very well, it's weaker, I think. But Point Stance, it's your best Dark type Stab. It's by far Energy Ball, great move. Heat Wave, coverage, you can run Air Slash, you can run Hurricane, you can extra sensory, Focus Blast, Shadow, there's no point. What else is there to run? I think that's about it. Yeah, I guess Icy Wind. I guess if you want an Icy Wind, it might be a good matchup move. That's special because but its physical attack is higher. Like you're gonna so SD knockoff, Leaf Blade. What else? You can run Brick Break. Doesn't get that many physical moves. Low Kick could be good. Rock Slide. Sucker Punch, Accessor. Like it gets options, but I think special breaks better. But physical might be like special is more reliable, has more coverage. Although physical is like more naturally strong. Like the grass moves on the physical side will be stronger. The coverage moves on the physical side will be stronger, although you have less options to choose from. Um, it doesn't get work up. No, it doesn't get work up. I think it's like a generally okay sweeper mega, although I feel like it's a little bit. I don't know. It struggles. I feel like it struggles to set up, and it's just a decent breaker. Like it just clicks buttons. Like having knockoff, having lunar cannon is just really nice. Just have the strong options to go for. So I think it's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. It's not. It doesn't. It's not fantastic, but I think it's pretty nice. What is fantastic is Mega Flygon. This thing is really good. Amplifier boosts its sound-based moves by 25%. Thank God that got nerfed from 1.5. That was insane. Now it's 1.25. Um, which is still really good. Looking at the stats, it got 20 speed, which is kind of good. It got it got uh, 60 special attack, which is crazy, and 10 attack, 10 defense. Yes, yes, okay. So mostly 60 special attack. It is base 140 special attack, which is huge. Bug Buzz, Stab, Amplifier boosted, big damage. Dragon Voice, Amplifier boosted, uh, Stab, big damage. Boom Burst, it's Boom Burst, big damage. Actually, Boom Burst is like generally stronger than Bug Buzz because it's just so strong. Like this is a better stab than this is, but this hits types. You can also run Asian Roar if you want. It doesn't get that many. I don't know if there are any other special moves. You can run Dragon Dance physical as well with like a good first impression doesn't really get benefits from Dragon Dance, I guess. But having stab priority, that's pretty good as well. Just Dragon Dance, regular Flygon sets are fine with the 110 attack. Is fine. It's viable at least. But it's generally speaking just a special breaker. It just clicks Dragon Voice, and unless you are a resist, you're not gonna take it well. And even fairy types don't switch into boomers like basically at all. Uh, so yeah, and if you don't kill, just U-turn out. You're fast as hell. Like it's so stupidly good, and it's for like the only downside is rocks. Like the only downside is you're weak to rocks. Um, like your bulk is good, your offenses are good, your speed is fantastic. It's so good. It's so good. Broken Pokemon. Um, well, not broken. It's just really, really good. Um, yeah, it's really strong. Moving on to Mega Cacturne, but before I move on to Mega Cacturne, I have to get some soup. Well, my throat is so dry. God damn it! I'm talking way too much. Okay, Mega Cacturne. This thing is bad. People like disagree with me, but I used it. It's bad. Get Sandrush, so Sandmon. Looking at its stats, it got 30 attack, 30 special attack, 10 defense, 10 special defense, and 20 speed. So it's still kind of slow, but Insane it will outspeed basically anything. I don't remember if it can consistently run Adamant or Modest, but it doesn't really matter. Because the problem with this thing is its physical dark move is Sucker Punch or Payback. Those are the options. Sucker Punch is unreliable as hell, and Payback is weak. Or Feint Attack. You get Feint Attack. Feint Attack is actually better, but still, it's not good. It's like actually it's nearly half the power of knockoff would have. Like it's if anything, a knockoff would actually be viable. Without knockoff, I don't think it's good at all. You can run special, but special your coverage moves are just horrible. You have Dark Balls, Focus Blast, Energy Ball. Yeah, that's it. That's your entire move pool. That's not a good move pool. With physical is not much better. You get Drain Punch, you get Seed Bomb, Drain Punch, Stomping Tantrum, and besides like Poison Jab. Uh, yeah, Thunder Punch. Like Thunder Punch is your only way to hit. Wait, no, that's not. That's not. The only way to hit like flying types. That's a physical set, and like Drain Punch is your only way to hit like dark types or normal types. Like well, Stomping Tantrum. You need that. You need Stomping Tantrum or Drain Punch at least for steel types, because otherwise you're just not beating them. You need something for fire types, which is Stomping Tantrum. Otherwise you're not beating them. It needs too much, and its moves are too weak. Like its stats are fine. It's not reliably setting up a Swords Dance or Nasty Plot, but its moves are just not what you want them to be. Like if this thing on Earthquake, it would be a lot better. If this thing got Close Combat, it would be a lot better. If this thing called Knockoff, it would be a lot better. If this thing called is Power Whip or something, makes no sense, but it would be a lot better because its moves are just so weak. Its stab move is base 80. Its coverage moves are base 75. Like it's not good. It's really, really not good. Like it's so unfortunate that it's not like viable. Like really, like Focus Blast is stronger than Dark. It's like as strong as Dark Pulse. Like it's it sounds so good, but in practice it's so awkward. It's not good. I hate it. It's not good. But it's still usable because of the speed and the sand. It's still a decent sand mega, yada yada yada. But I don't think it's not worth that much. Okay, now we are on to broken stuff. Mega Crawdaunt is really good because it has adaptability and it has these stats. So, Crawdaunt already had pretty good stats, and now they're even better. It got 30, 30 speed F, 25 speed, minus 10 special attack, which is fantastic. Wait, no, plus 10 special attack, I'm stupid. Plus 10 physical defense and plus 25 physical attack. So overall, it got an increase in basically all of its stats, which is, so this thing isn't broken. If this thing got more speed or more attack, it would actually be stupid. But 80 speed is a fantastic Dragon Dance speed tier. Well, fantastic. It's a very usable Dragon Dance speed tier. You have speed up to like 140. I think you have speed Dragabots and their auras. That's very nice. At +1, you can, and then you run Liquidation, knock off Cross Combat or something, whatever you want. Aqua Jet. You can run Swords Dance instead of Dragon Dance, whatever is better in the matchup. You can, I don't know, you can do a ton, but realistically, Stab is just gonna do better than coverage because adaptability. Close Combat is one of the few exceptions because it's so naturally so strong that it can be better than both Liquidation and Knockoff, depending on what you're up against. But it's just, it breaks, and its bulk allows it to relatively easily set up on basically anything, and then you're a problem. And it's not a problem that's easily solved, because it is a base 145 adaptability Pokemon, which is a very big problem for a lot of teams, because Crawdaunt is underrated by itself, but that's mostly because it's kind of slow, and that's kind of a problem, because like even after the Dragon Dance, you're still kind of slow. This thing isn't kind of slow after a Dragon Dance. This thing is kind of fast after a Dragon Dance, and it doesn't even it's also a lot stronger. Still has the same ability, like the 35 in attack, 25 boost in base attack. That's huge. It's gonna do a shit ton more damage. And yeah, it's really powerful. It's actually really powerful. Top tier mega by far, but not even close. This thing is really strong. This thing is also really strong, but in the exact opposite way. This is one of the few Mega Crawdaunt responses that is actually able to do it, because this thing doesn't really get anything for it. Does get Poison Jab, just Sludge Wave. Congratulations, you are hurting yourself more than they're hurting, like you're hurting them. Yeah, it's a good response to Mega Crawdaunt. A Mega Milo, it becomes Pain. It gets 30 in defense, 30 in special defense, 30 in special attack, and 10 in physical attack. I guess the physical attack is kind of cool if you want to Dragon Dance, but generally speaking, you just run this set. I did the EVs, or like I played around with it randomly. Point is, you're not dying. Also, Prism Guard. If you're hit with a non-contact move, you take chip, like 1/8 chip. Like, is it 1/8 or is it 1/16? It's an ace. Yeah, it's an ace. It's a non-contact rough skin. Yeah, it's really good. Like it's fast-ish. It's really fat, especially if invested. It's just really fat. Moonblast is broken. Flip turn is broken. Scald is broken. Recover is broken. Its typing is broken. Like, what do you even need besides this? Like, what do you need? Like, you are gonna toxic things. You can toxic things. That's fair. The only thing that's bad about it is your refresh is good in Gen 8. Like, you can't run refresh in like pure Gen 8 meta games. Um, so that's unfortunate. But besides that, you're generally speaking fine. Like, you're big chillin'. Yeah, this thing is broken. Like like the only way to break it consistently is like toxic. Like now it's actually just toxic, and that's just it just doesn't die. It just doesn't die, and that's really good for it. Like it's one of the better megas as well. Mega Jirachi. This is my arch nemesis, my least favorite being in the entire Froggin world. I hate it. It gains 40 defense, 30 special attack, 15 speed up, 15 speed, which is fine. The problem is its ability. Its ability means that Wish, Doom Desire, and Future Sight trigger again 2 turns after they initially triggered. As in, like, did their effect. Like, Wish will heal you twice. Doom Desire and Future Sight will do damage twice. Wish functions. I made Wish function. Doom Desire and Future Sight are actually a pain in my ass. They are the bane of my existence. I will not figure out how the hell to go those 2 moves. So for the time being, it's not functional. Doesn't mean it's not broken. It's still broken. Especially now Wish works. Like Wish actually makes it broken. Because Future Sight, Doom Desire, yeah, they're good moves, but having healing twice, like clicking Wish once, just makes you heal for like 4 turns. It allows you to heal for 4 turns. It gives you like 3 free turns. It's actually stupid. Like just clicking Wish Protect every single turn gives you 1 move every 4 turns that you can just do whatever the fuck you want. Which is like not the best use of it, but I know it's a use. It does Jirachi things, but better, a lot better actually, because it can be tricked. It gets more more bulk. It doesn't need an item anyway. Knockoff does less damage unless you cover as a regular Jirachi. Also, you have 40 more defense, so you know you're not taking any damage. Cosmic Power still good. Calm Mind still good. Store Power bullshit. This thing is still good. It's just Jirachi, except that some of the checks are just not checks anymore, which is kind of an issue for a lot of teams. And it's fast as hell now too. Like you can just encore shit before they can encore you or something like that. You can just you're faster than a lot of the meta game, which is absolutely insane. Broken Pokemon. Moving on, Mega Chatot. It's a bird. This bird is gonna it hurts. It gained 45. Wait, 55? Did it gain 55 special attack? I think it got 55 special attack. It got 20, 25 speed. That's 80. And it got 10 in both defenses. That makes sense. This thing's stats are weird. Yeah. Uh, it basically it's a nuke. It's a semi-fast special nuke with amplifier boom burst. That's what it's doing. That's what it's always going to do, and it's what it's always going to keep doing. It clicks boom burst. It's fast. It can get U-turn, nasty plot, heat wave. It can run agility. It can run encore if you want. Taunt. It can get some cool coverage moves, but in reality, you don't really care because you need boom burst and heat wave maybe to the steel type. That's your coverage, and then you run two filler moves, which is like U-turn, taunt, encore, nasty ball, agility, whatever you feel like is the best fit. It clicks boom burst. It will hurt with boom burst. Stab boom burst is gonna hurt a lot. This thing is stronger than this thing's boom burst, and this thing's boom burst was already strong. This thing is stab on top of it and 7 more special attack. Like it's going to destroy everything that doesn't resist it. It's really funky. Again, it has downsides. It's really frail and it's weak to rocks. So you have to watch out. Priority is going to be able to pick you off a lot sooner than you'd like it to. Um, but when you get a hit off, you're gonna do it a lot of damage. This is gonna be a good hit. Also, ghost types are a big problem for this thing. Cannot hit them. Besides, like, heat wave. The ghost types are a problem. But besides that, you're fine, I think. Does it get anything for ghost types? Not really. Does it get ominous wind? Ominous wind is good as well. You get thief. Yeah, you're running thief for the ghost types. Yeah, no looking to go. Yeah, decent mega, decent mega. It's a threat when it's a threat when you don't have a viable response. Mega Spiritomb. This thing's also kind of cool. It's really good. It has soft loss, which means 1.3 times damage to all contact moves. Its stats increase by 50 attack, 20 defense. Wait, 40 special attack, 41 special attack. What? Huh? What? I'm confused. It got 41 special attack. It got 4 speed def, and it got minus 15 speed. This thing is weird. This spread is weird as hell. Point is, it has this attack stat. That and this bulk. The special attack is like kind of cool, but not really because it's tough class. It runs a knockoff, and Shadow. It doesn't have coverage. It gets Rock Blast. Rock Blast is its coverage, and Headbutt is there as well. The point is, this thing has a Spiritomb. Before it Mega Evolves, it's just a Spiritomb. And Spiritomb gets Noctem. Noctem sets up New Moon. So, you switch it in, set New Moon, Mega Evolve, Tough Class Knockoff what you're switching. Not many options. Or Tough Class Phantom Force, what you're switching. Not many Pokemon. Um, or Poltergeist. It gets Poltergeist now. What you're switching to Tough. Wait, if Poltergeist. I don't think Poltergeist is Tough Class boosted. Poltergeist should not be contact. Point is, you do a lot of damage, and Shadow Sneak is Tough Class boosted. Sucker Punch is Tough Class boosted. Then Headbutt is Tough Class boosted. Your problem is you don't hit Dark types well. Well, you get Revenge. The game gave it Revenge, which is like, why? Why do you make the thing that's supposed to have a check not have a check? Yeah, it's really good. Obvious problem, 20 speed. Obvious solution, does not get Trick Room. I thought I would get Trick Room, but it does not actually get Trick Room. That makes it a lot more checkable. Um, yeah, this thing is still kind of broken. It hits like a truck. It hits so unbelievably hard, and its bulk is good if you ignore its HP for being 50. It's fine. Don't bully about it. Don't bully it for it. Um, it just hits so hard and has the priority to just even if it's low and it's going to die, it can still get off like a 40% Shadow Sneak, which is kind of insane. Um, and slight downside, whenever the Nocturne from the base Spiritomb runs out, you are a lot weaker and a lot easier to check. So I could imagine people just running manual weather to check this thing, just make sure it doesn't do 1 point like 135% damage. Um, yeah, you do have to watch out for things like that, but when it works, and it does a ton of damage. I think that's all for the first box. Yeah. I have two boxes because I needed them. Okay. Um, I need some soup. God damn it. All right. All souped up. Moving on. Okay. Okay. I see. I see. Okay. Mega Froslass. This is a weird one. Um, its stats improved by 15 defense, 40 special attack, 35 special defense, and 10 speed, which is pretty good. Its special becomes much more valuable, especially. Although it's kind of sad, physical Froslass is now kind of just better than special Froslass, but that's okay. Poltergeist Triple X will just make it better. But now I think this thing still just runs special because having 40 more special attack than physical attack is broken. Well, not broken, it's just a lot better. Gets broke out code. So actually, its defense instead of having 15 more base defense, it's around 400 in uninvested, which is it's about where Mega Aggron. Well, no, it's not. It's like 190. Yeah, it's like 190 base defense uninvested. So that's pretty cool. It takes physical hits. That's a bonus. Why is that important? I feel like it's mostly because it just becomes better support. It just willows, hexes potentially, spikes up, is annoying, does decent damage with Ice Beam, Shadow Ball. It gets freeze dry. Does it get freeze dry? Does it get freeze dry? Why does this thing not get freeze dry? That's the question. Why does Glalie get freeze dry but this thing doesn't? That's actually just discrimination. This thing should get freeze dry. Um, but actually, it just becomes more annoying for stats because it doesn't die to physical moves, and it becomes faster, better spiker, better like taunter. Gets annoying moves, can turn away if you want to be that guy. Um, I feel like it just does this, just what normal Froslass does, just more efficiently and more effectively. I don't know if it's worth a mega slot, but it's it does kind of rock a little bit. It's kind of cool, but it's not really my kind of mega. I feel like it would be if I had this, I would be like, why do I have this? Why do I not just have like a Greninja that can spike as well? Do it better. Like if Delta Greninja can spike and will Wisp, why do I not have that? I don't know. Um, Point is, Mega Froslass is kinda alright. Moving on, Mega Zap. Mega Zap is kind of bogus, indeed. Mega Zap has its stats have changed by uh, wait, what? 55 special attack? That's a lot. Um, 20 special defense and 25 speed, which make this thing very fast and very strong. It becomes a fairy type as well, and they gave it Dazzling Gleam. I don't know if it gave it Play Rough or it already had Play Rough, but it also has Play Rough. Although, if you see this attack stat and you see this special attack stat, you know where we're going with this. It's not a physical. It's not a physical attacker. Um, Also, it's competitive, so when you drop it, any of its stats, it gains +2 special attack, which niche, but deters some things if you wish to do that. Not everyone likes things. Not I don't think everyone thinks it's a good ability. I don't think it's the right ability, but it's a situationally usable ability. I think Lightning Rod is in general as base step is kind of just better because it gives you the +1 special attack. If you can predict that, that would be amazing, but I don't know if you can. Dazzling Gleam helps with ground types that electric types this gen just completely struggle with. Overheat, still just decent coverage, hurts from a base 135, it will hurt. Same with Dazzling Gleam, it will hurt. I use Thunderbolt Volt Switch to beat the pivot you're meant to be, and you're all good to go. I think it's solid. It's one of the it's a viable electric type, which is kind of crazy. It hits ground types for more than 0 damage, and I vibe with that honestly. Yeah, this thing's pretty cool. I don't think it's amazing, but it's definitely a solid mid-tier, fast mega pick because it is very fast. Although unfortunately, there's no outspeed Dragapult or Zeraora, which are kind of Zeraora you kind of wall, but the other Dragapult you definitely don't wall, unfortunately. Moving on to Mega Zeraora, this is a weird one. I don't know what to think about it. It kind of just does Zeraora things, but with better stats. Its attack increased by 25, special attack increased by 25, special defense increased by 30 for some reason, and speed increased by 20. So it goes fast, really fast. It becomes a pivot, decent pivot with U-turn. Can still Nasty Claw, Sword Dance, Calm Mind up if you want. And get some utility moves. You can use the utility moves better because extra speed. And it just becomes, I guess, just a better cleaner. Like you can not, I don't know if you can reliably Nasty Claw up with these stats. I guess like special attackers, I guess, and with illusion before Mega, I guess that definitely helps as well. Um, but yeah, that would I think if this thing gets set up, I feel like it's a massive threat. If it doesn't, then it kind of just underperforms. Because this is really good. Like its coverage is pretty good. Like it's very usable. Physically a little less, so I don't think physical sets are very great. But special sets definitely have the potential to be really good. I think it's alright. It's not fantastic. Like Trace is also like a weird ability. I can't guarantee that Trace is a good ability. Like against intimidated users, teams like Trace can be decent. Like you just intimidate the Intimidator. I guess like huge power teams like that's definitely a very potent um, like response to them. I guess like if you face a Mega Medicham, you just like huge power aerial ace or something, and they do not like that. I assume, or just like I don't know. You get Night Slash, Foul Play. Foul Play doesn't really get affected by it. I think Throat Chop. I guess that works. Um, yeah, Trace is a weird ability. Honestly, it has potential, physically and especially, mostly especially. But if it gets set up, it becomes really scary. Although it's kind of easily revenged. It relies like its only priority is Sucker Punch. So physical attackers can respond to Revengers, but Not that well still. It's kind of weird. I feel like it's good as like a pivot slash breaker, but otherwise I feel like it's just a little bit bad. I do like the surprise factor from Illusion. Mega Gothitelle. This is another weird one. I feel like it's worse than Gothitelle, but not to the point where it's unusably worse than Gothitelle. It's just different things. Just that its ability is worse by a lot. Um, Looking at it a bit like stat gains. It gains 30 defense, 30 special attack, 30 special defense, and uh, I'm blind, so it gained 40 special defense. My bad. Um, so it becomes fat and especially kind of decent. You can run Nasty Plot. Like Ethereal Shroud gives you the weaknesses and resistances of, but they're not the weakness, only the resistances of Ghost and immunities, I guess. So you are immune to fighting and psychic. Wait, normal fighting and psychic. You are weak to bug and fairy only 2 times bug because Ghost resists bug. While the other 2 typings are weak to it. Fairy because dark, obviously, and you only have 1 resistance to poison and a lot of neutralities, which is fine, I guess. Nasty Plot means that this thing can probably break like a lot more. Although I feel like Gothitelle shines, like regular Gothitelle shines, where you just force things. This thing can't really force things as soon as it mega evolves. Like it's good pre-mega, and you can mega whenever you want, I guess. And just mega whenever you don't need Shadow Tag anymore, just get a kill with the increased offense. But I feel like it's still a little underwhelming, generally speaking. Like it's alright, I guess. Like I don't really see the point why you would draft it. But I guess I've been wrong before. It doesn't really seem that exciting, really, to me at least. Um, but I feel like it could be okay. I guess like maybe it would be like, cheaper than Gothitelle, and then you get like a budget Gothitelle if it doesn't have an item. Like that I could see that happening honestly. Um, Mega Reuniclus. This is the why mon why is it so fast? No one truly knows. Its stats improve by having worse defenses. It loses 10 defense, it loses 5 special defense. Wait, no. It loses 10 defense, gains 5 special defense, uh, gains 50 speed, and gains 35 special attack. And gains 20 attack. This thing is fast as hell for some reason, and gets like speed swap is what it's called in the game, but there is a move called speed swap, so I could call it that. So I decided to call it Chuck House, which is kind of funky. As you might notice, I like funky things. I like it when things are funky. Um, it says a trick room upon switching in, which means that slower Pokemon become faster, and that's why this thing has 80 base speed, because otherwise it would be kind of broken. To be fair, with min speed, you do only have like the equivalent of having like 56 base speed. So it's still horrible. You can underspeed a lot of things, because you can basically assume you're going to be in Trick Room whenever this thing is out. And it's just a revenger. Like it can revenge sweepers. Like if a sweeper set up their speed to uncontrollable decrease, you just switch this thing in. It's now the slowest thing you can ever imagine, and you will be able to kill it, revenge it, with its base 160 special attack. Um, it can still do Reuniclus things, although a lot less reliably. Doesn't have magic guard, doesn't have regenerator. Um, so that's a little annoying. Although you could just still run a magic guard set without like you don't get to take as much damage from knockoff. You can get tricked. So there are definitely a lot of possibilities you can go for there. Um, what am I saying anymore? Um, yeah, it's a good Pokemon. It's a very good Mega because it's kind of like a counter Mega. Like it think like orthodox threats don't handle this thing well because it forces weird prep to deal with it because nothing like it's such a powerful tool to without really much of a drawback reverse the speed order like immediately. You don't have to do anything for it. You just revert the speed order and everything has to adapt really quickly. And either you just get a free move off or they have to just sack. And that's really powerful. It's a really powerful force. You can force really big choices, really important choices for your opponent, and they don't really want to choose either. Um, but the problem becomes that you kind of have to like build a team around this to function with it. Like if it counteracts your own team, then what's the point in having it? Basically, is what I'm with like the idea behind what I'm saying right now. You need to build around it well for it to function beneficially, like to benefit your team. Like it could easily be a detriment to your team, to this thing existing. So you have to be very careful there. But that's like this thing is insane if played and prepped around well. Mega Cryogonal. This is a wait. Wait. Did they have wrong order? Haxorus is next on the dock. Fuck it. Haxorus. Broken. This thing is broken. It gains 40 wait no 35 attack, 40 defense, 20 special defense, 20 special attack, and it loses 15 speed. Uh, no one cares about speed. You have weak armor, which means when you get hit by a physical move, like a contact move, I believe, is it just physical or contact? When hit by a physical move, your speed doubles, it increases by 2 stages, and your defense drops by 1 stage. You're a steel dragon. You have like 3 weaknesses. You have 2 weaknesses: fighting and ground. You have like 50 resistances. Like you're not gonna fear anything. The 1-1 defense doesn't matter. You live earthquakes and close combats anyway. Who gives? You have 76 130. That's good enough. And then you just get +2 attack. You click source then. So what's gonna switch you to +2 182 attack? Iron heads, outrageous, close combats. Like what's gonna switch into it? Nothing is. Absolutely nothing is. It's so stupidly broken. It gets out of hand once, and everything is dead immediately. It's not balanced at all, and I like it because it's not balanced. It's so broke. It's stupidly broken. It's really really good, and even its skill shot is genic. Its first impression as well. Like if you like, it's a mega like Mewtwo counter as well. If you want to use an Ubers, you can first impression them before they can focus blast you to death, and it's gonna do a ton of damage because attack stat. So yeah, that's Mega Axis. It's broken, no question. It's really broken. Mega Cryo, one of my least favorite megas, but also one of the better megas in some ways. So, Mega Cryogonal, its stats increase by uh, 30 defense, which is kind of weird because Cryogonal already had like its defense only technically improved by 15 because it already like it got buffed in like Gen 7, I believe, to 50 defense. So it only increased defense by like 15 compared to regular Cryogonal, which is kind of sad. Increased special attack by 20, special defense by 15, and speed by 30. I think that's about it. Yeah. Oopsie. It runs sub, protects, recover, freeze dry, and just runs like max defense, max HP, max speed. Why? Because sleep. It summons heal, and while heal is active, heal doesn't do 1/16th damage. It doesn't do 6% damage. It does 20% damage. That is absolutely nuts. You can protect, substitute, protect, substitute, protect, and something is dead. You don't even have to protect the last one, you just freeze dry. Like, unless I have recovery, like consistent recovery, this thing can actually still just beat it. This thing can beat anything. And special attack, it's not weak. It can hurt with freeze dry. Unless you're resist freeze dry, you are going to take big damage from this. Like with sleep, probably more than you can recover. And like synthesis becomes basically useless as well. Mornings are basically useless. I believe Moonlight. I'm not sure about all the recover moves in Hail, but I feel like synthesis and Mornington are not going to do much. You have to fact check this. I should probably fact check this. Morning Sun Pokemon. Yeah, Morning Sun is only doing 1/8, and Moonlight is Moonlight also doing less. Yeah, Moonlight, Morning Sun, and Senses are just gonna do nothing. So you can easily beat anything that relies on that. Only problem, you only have 5 turns to heal. So, you know, only enough to kill one Pokemon. Yay. It's still really stupid because it doesn't take its speed just means it doesn't have to take any damage. Like it just stops and it recovers, it protects. Its def is good, its defense is usable, I guess. You could just heal, force it in on a special attacker with base 150 Spadef and just recover. Like, what are they gonna do? Nothing? Cool. Yeah, it's really, really stupid. It's really stupid. It's not balanced at all. It, like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, there isn't much you can do about it except having a reliable recover mon that resists freeze dry as a dedicated check to this one Pokemon. And your one Pokemon beats the rest of your team. So you can make a team that pressures the one Pokemon that doesn't lose the Cryogonal, and everything will just otherwise lose the Cryogonal. You can even run regular heal on this. Over freeze dry, just run regular heal just to keep the sleep going. Just keep the sleep going, heal. Okay, now heal gone. Okay, you're sealed again. Have fun. Yeah, people are dying. Okay, moving on. Not fun Pokemon Cryogonal. Kind of broken. Yeah, that's about it. Moving on with Mega Stunfisk. This is a weird one, but it's a good one. It's definitely a very good one. Its stats improved by 10 attack, 20 defense, 10 special attack, uh, 35 special defense, and 15, 25 speed. Yeah, 25 speed. So, Athenian is special huge power, so its special attack is boosted by times 2. So Yeah, that's a 618 special attack stat. That's pretty good. Um, Surf, big damage, Thunderbolt, Earth Power, big damage, Surf, Sludge Wave for like ground types, or Sludge Wave for grass types. Yeah, that's basically all you need. Get Volt Switch as well, if you want that. What else would you even need? Get Scald if you want to Scald over Surf, like it might not matter for kills, and burns can be good. Get Stealth Rocks, I guess you can run it defensively. But the thing is, its bulk is really good. Like, look at bulk, it's really good. It's really good. 109, 104, 134 is very good. And then you click buttons to just kill shit. And they are gonna kill shit. Like, things are gonna die. When this thing is out, things are gonna die. Like, the best checks are not checks. I don't know if there are checks. Like, its coverage is bad, but it also kind of deals with everything. Because stab just kind of beats everything that's neutral, and coverage beats everything that it isn't neutral against. Which is a massive win. Like, Sludge Wave is so good. Beats all the grasses, basically. Um, and the grass types that are steel types get earth powered, so they're not resist anyway. So it's very good, very good Pokemon. Slow but very good. You can definitely like outpace it, out momentum it, and deal with it that way. Just don't take damage for it, kind of way. But it's still really good. Next up, Mega Bisharp. Its stats: it gains 20 attack, 30 defense, 15 speed, and 35 speed. So it's fast, and it has base 145 attack. So this thing, I think it can still sword dance like regular Bisharp kind of always does, and it still can function like regular Bisharp always does. It gets Moxie, which is kind of cool. Um, so you can try to snowball with this thing. This gets rock. It does get rock polish, so you can get like rock polish swords that and just completely snowball, or just rock polish and just snowball that way. Force attack or something, or like force attack and then rock polish as they like try to hurt you, try to die, I guess, and then you get like +2/+1, and then kind of just game's over. Hopefully, um, it does have the potential to do that. So that's good, but it kind of struggles with move slots. I guess if you run Rock Polish, you don't run Sucker Punch, but it kind of just functions like regular Bisharp, except that it has a viable speed tier that doesn't actually mean it has to Sucker Punch everything. It only has to Sucker Punch like half things it used to have to Sucker Punch, which is a massive difference. It actually means that its responses are significantly lowered, like the amount of responses are lowered, and that's just a good thing. It just becomes a lot better. I never thought Bisharp was good. Mega Bisharp is pretty good. Don't think it's top tier, but I don't do think it's very, very potent in the right hands. And if you don't play around this thing well, you're gonna struggle to deal with it a lot. Um, yeah, that's Mega Bisharp. Good Pokemon, good Pokemon. Not my favorite, but it definitely is a good Pokemon. Mega Hydreigon. This is a weird one. Its ability, I don't even know in a sense ability. I'll get to its ability in a bit. Its stats improved by 25 attack, 15 defense. What is this? What is this number? This is 45 special attack. That's insane. 15 speed F, and speed rate the same. So, yeah, this is broken stats. Like, the speed doesn't even matter, it's just Dragon Dance and just one of special moves. Like, what the fuck? This thing just breaks everything. What doesn't get broke? It breaks everything. Dragon is already good. Like, base Dragon is already good. This is better in every single way. I get that it doesn't have life dead, I guess. But Learnian is different. Okay. Um, I'm not gonna the wiki page is like two pages of just explanation what the hell this is supposed to do. Basically, for every 20% HP you've lost, you gain an extra head in quotation marks. Like no, like this the Hydreigon sprite like gains another head. Like it's kind of like a Hydra, get it? It gains heads. Um, but every for every head it hits, like its attacks become multi-hit, and the amount of times it hit is dependent on the amount of heads it has, between 5 and 9. Um, but every more heads between each hit, if it has more heads, each hit does less damage, but the total damage improves to like a total of like a specs boost or something like that. I don't know the exact percentages, like the exact approximate percentages, and the hits like do less damage as they go on as well, which is kind of weird. I'm not entirely sure. Like, yeah, it's a little weird, and I barely understand it myself. But I did code it, but I do not really understand it. I think it works, but it's a mess of a code. Anyway, this thing does not fear substitutes. It doesn't fear anything. It will ruin your life. It is broken. 170 special attack when the ability just easily boosts your speed. And it gets Nasty Plot now too, so it just runs Nasty Plot. And what responses? Question mark? No. Uh, it just exists and makes your life pain. It is not fun to play outside of like Ubers, and Ubers is probably very manageable, but in OU format it's just not doable. Like it's just so it does too much damage with stabs, Draco Meteor, all the coverage it has. It just runs offensive every single time. It's and it just not. You guys don't manage. You don't deal with it. Yeah. Broken Pokemon just run like Dragon Dance or Nasty Plot. You don't have to run Dragon Dance. You can run just Nasty Plot 3 attacks, 4 attacks, Roost 3 attacks, Roost Nasty Plot 2 attacks. Uh, Roost like Roost 2 attacks you turn, whatever the hell you want to run. Just run this like a normal Hydreigon and you'll actually just demolish. Well, and not an OU because it's banned in OU and it probably won't do much. But point is, it's not really worth using in any legal format, but it's very good for OU standards. It's very good. Um, okay. Also, if you lose, you do lose your heads, but you know, happens. We can't have them all. We can't have them all. That was everything. I think. I'm pretty sure. So, I decided to make a tier list. I don't know how much you exactly can see. Put this here. I made a tier list. Ooh, there we go. This shows about everything. So, my opinions, you may disagree with them, but this is about how I see them as like how broken they are, how good they are, compared like to existing megas. The broken ones, the custom ones like Jirachi, Haxorus, Hydreigon, the Delta Metagrosses, and like the Crystal whatever this is. Um, Borderline worse, 20% speed, Cryogonal, no. It requires too much. You can't deal with it reliably. Um, Mega Feraligatr broken, Mega Delta Scizor broken, Mega Delta Gallade broken, Mega Milo broken, Mega Crawdaunt broken, Mega Flygon broken. These are the top tier. These are just stupid. I could move Flygon a little down, but I don't think it deserves that. It's really stupid. The top tiers, these are not really sorted on how good I think they are. They're like loosely based on how good I think they are. I think if I actually base them, I'd probably put like this here. It's like somewhere here. This probably, I'd say something like this makes sense. I don't know. I could probably move this one. I don't know. Where's the Yancy? Where the fuck is the Yancy? Where's Mega the Yancy? Does it? It does have auras megas. Where's the Yancy? I don't know, man. The Yancy would probably be like here, where the here. I think it's the best known custom mega. I love Mega the Yancy. It's broken. Um, the top tier is Mega Delta Manichem because Athenian broken. Mega Delta Bisharp because Bisharp just does things. Aerial Ace Technician, pivoting is way too fast against close combat, things like that. This Mega Delta Lopunny, it just do Lopunny things, but I feel like it does it better. And it just pivots around, it has a ton of coverage. It's arguably worse. You could probably just do this and be just fine. Um, but I feel like it's very comparable, but it gets a lot more coverage. It has a more usable secondary stab. Now return is actually not a thing anymore, which is why you know, you can play around with it. It's fine. Um, Megadeth Charizard, very good. Just spams buttons really well. Megadeth Typhlosion, terrifying in New Moon, terrifying in Rain. Mega Fisk, terrifying always, but slow. Mega Reuni, great counter Mega. Mega Delta Guard, stabs are broken, but not as fast as Mega Delta Glade, so it's not as high. Mega Spiritomb, terrifying threat, terrifying, it just knock off weather shit, terrifying. Mega Delta Lucario, great Pokemon, great speed, great offenses, but a little frail and doesn't have like the broken ability regular Mega Lucario has. Like that's like justified. I feel that makes sense to me. So it's really not really that good. That's like justified. Am I stupid? Lucario, it is defiant. Same thing, not great. Um, yeah, it's good speed, good offenses, still good Pokemon. Um, Mega Poliwrath, Hypnosis, Dynamic Punch doesn't miss, broken. Well, no, not unbroken territory. Just really good, really annoying to deal with. Um, Mega Delta Milo, it's fat. It kind of would like to stay in regular form because Regenerator, but it's still very good. Like that does make it a little bit. It does make it better. Like the base having a Regenerator makes it better. Um, Mega Delta Venu, fat, annoying. Yes. Mega Bisharp honestly could be a little higher. Like I could probably see this thing like here, I don't know. Anyway, it's scary, very scary, very fast, very scary. Mega Delta Mawile, I want to put it higher. I really want to put it higher, and arguably should be lower. But I can't argue against Arena Trap Grass that's being broken. I actually can't. I really think it has so much potential as Arena Trap Grass type, forcing water types, forcing ground types. Make like I feel like it's really cool, like something like Reggie, to just force things. Like if you get it in, like you have to Mega Evolve it, get it Mega Evolve before you can actually Arena Trap anything. So I get that's annoying and awkward, but I really believe in it. I really believe in its potential. Mega Miltank could probably be higher because it's really fat and annoying incarnate, but I don't. I just put it at the top of mid. Mega it's so annoying to deal with. It's so fat and can recover so easily. It just suffers from like move slots, but it outstalls you. It outwalls you most of the time. Anyway, Mega Delta Froslass. I like it. Has Magic Card, has Eruption, very fast. Probably not as good as I want it to be, but I really believe in its ability to be not horrible. Um, Mega Delta Blastoise, um, Shadow Dance Mon. Wait, where's the Delta Shiftry? Where's Mega Shiftry? Am I blind? I probably am blind. Where is Mega Shiftry? Where the hell is Mega Shiftry? Did they just not include Mega Shiftry? I'm probably blind, but also I don't see it. Did they miss anything else? They might be missing some other thing. Mega Shiftry would probably be. I'd definitely say this thing is Mega Launcher, not Shadow Dance. Mega Shiftry would probably be. I'd say here, like near this near Mega Delta Glalie. I'll check if they miss any Megas afterwards. But this thing powerful, not that fast, but it's kind of meh. But it's a decent wall breaker with Dark Walls, Art Sphere, things like that with Mega Launcher. Mega Delta, not Mega Meganium, Meganium. Fat, annoying. It does like magic bounces, horrible to deal with. Coal mine business, leech seed business, annoying. Good pivot, very electric, fast pivot. Same for this thing, except that this thing is more of a glass cannon. This thing is more of like just offense with like some bulk at least. Um, Mega Zoroark, awkward, but I definitely think it can work against a lot of teams. Mega Delta Pagel should probably be a little lower. I probably should put this thing a little lower, but I don't know. Double Intimidate with the base form, decent coverage, annoying pivot, um, can Dragon Dance, can just be just coverage. Like it has decent special attack, good speed. Like it's just Mega Page except it's a little worse, I guess. Mega Delta Glalie, Reckless. Is it I think it's Reckless. Yeah, Reckless. Head smashes, flare blitzes. That's scary. Gets rock polish, right? Gets rock polish. Does not get. Why rock polish? Give this man rock polish. Give the man rock polish, please. But yeah, it's still powerful. Flame charge at least. I get flame charge. Then just flare blitz, head smash. Good mon, good mon. Very scary, very scary. But it's slow and it has a bad typing, so I guess that drags it down. Mega Eevee, weird mon, barely explored, hard to use, like really hard to use, and I've never seen it used basically at all. So yeah, it's really hard to tier it. Mega Gothitelle, a little awkward, probably kind of bad, but I don't think it functions. It functions as a regular Goth as well. Mega Typhlosion, no coverage. Fast, strong, no coverage. Kind of bad. But not bad because it does have 160 basically 160 special attack and 110 speed, so it can definitely function. Well, not 195 or 109, but same thing. Um, well, the speed is definitely a big difference, but point is, not great. Mega Delta, Mega, not Mega, Mega Girafarig. I love it to death. I want it to be better, but it's not that great. I don't think. I think it's usable at least. It has a ton of cool options, but I don't think it's fantastic. Mega Froslass. Froslass is better. I feel like I don't think why I don't have any other thoughts about it. I just feels like Froslass is better. Mega Cacturne, bad, underwhelming. Sand Sweeper, it doesn't get the coverage it needs. It's weak, coverage is weak, stab is weak or non-existent, and it's just a little awkward. Mega Steelix, the fire version, niche, a little more offensive than regular Mega Steelix, and it is weak to ground. Like 4 times weak to ground is bad, but having the niche of uh, the Foundry Stealth Rocks is a big plus, which is partially why it's this high. Well, in comparison with regular Mega Steelix. Mega Delta Girafarig, Double Intimidate, coverage is kind of bad. Typing okay, but also kind of bad. Um, it just doesn't have the tools that regular Mega Girafarig has, but it does have a better typing, I guess, kind of. Um, and it does have coverage that kind of hurts, but it's not that's fantastic. It's kind of just there, I guess. Um, Mega Magcargo. It smashes, but it gets out speed fed too easily. It gets countered too easily checked. It doesn't have any other anything else going for it. It's just a smasher. Its coverage kind of sucks, and not being a rock type means that ancient power isn't stab. Although it does mean mega typing better. Um, Mega Delta Sunflora. Um, it's not great. It boosts your speed by one stage and special attack by however many monsters are dead on your side times the stages, I believe. Um, it makes for like 2 turns or something, and it just makes you a Revenger, and then you're kind of useless, and then you're a Revenger again, and then you're kind of useless. So I think it's better than the regular Megasun Flores, but it's not much better. It's only a little bit better. Mega Sudowoodo. It clicks Head Smash and Wood Hammer. It will kill itself, and it will do it while clicking Analytic boosted stab moves with base 140 attack or something like that. It hurts, but also is checked kind of easily. Well, not it's not checked easily. It's just managed easily, and its speed is so slow. Everything can basically outspeed it, and its typing is not fantastic. Its fist step is good, but its speed depth is kind of meh. So I feel like it's just handled too easily. But it analytic head smash and wood hammers are gonna hurt a lot. Um, and then with Mega Sunfloras, they are bad. They get Omni Boost for turns. Like I'm probably underrating them a little bit, but I feel like they're just not doing enough. They're too slow. They're too slow. The Omnibus defensively helps a lot as well. I have to admit that, and that means that it can get off hit, but the best way it can get off hit is like Leaf Storm, and then it's like kind of over. Also, that Mega Delta Camel, it kind of just doesn't do anything. It kind of just doesn't do anything. Like intoxicate, like the ability intoxicate was no, not intoxicate. It's something. It's like what is it? I I'm thinking, but I'm not realizing what is it called? Venomous means that if you poison, you toxic poison. Yeah, that doesn't really change anything. It's never poisoning anything. It's never it's not poisoning anything. So like you have a use poison gas instead of toxic. Congratulations. It doesn't really mean anything. Like sludge bomb is toxic poison now. Congratulations, but steel types completely wall you. So what's the point? I don't get it. Um, as far as I'm aware, steel types might get like earth power. Camera Delta Mega. It does get flamethrower, so I guess it doesn't get walled by steel types. It's still not great, not great at all. Um, Mega Politoed, waste of a Politoed. Mega Marowak, waste of a Marowak. Mega Delta Sableye, waste of a Delta Sableye, even though Delta Sableye is not great by itself either way. I rated these three as um, like how good their base forms are, because that's basically what they are, but like a waste of them. I'd rather draft the base forms basically ever. Like there's no I can't see a reason to draft any of these ever. They're just worse than the base forms. Well, maybe not necessarily worse, just not worth the mega slot when you can just get their base forms. And in some ways, they are worse than their base forms. Because Politoed is worse range support, Marowak is weaker, and Mega Delta Sableye is just actually dog shit, so why would you draft it? Although that's one that probably is better than its regular form, it's just that both are really bad. Anyway, that was this video. I am tired and my throat is dry and I need more soup. So see y'all maybe sometime. I don't know. I'm around. I'm in my servers. I mean, if, you know, I'm gonna be just around on Discord sometimes. If you want to contact me, just there's a Discord server in the description. It's always been there. You can find me there probably. Yeah, it'll be fine. Well, see y'all maybe sometime. Who knows? Goodbye.